Perseverance is the silent force, the quiet resilience that carries us through the most daunting obstacles of life. It's not a loud declaration or a grand act, rather. It's the subtle, determined persistence that shows up again and again, no matter how hard things get or how often we falter. It's a quality that doesn't demand attention, nor does it ask for recognition. Perseverance is a state of mind, a way of being, that grounds us in the present moment and pushes us forward even when everything within us might be tempted to stop. It is the fuel that allows us to keep going, especially in those moments when the path ahead appears dark, uncertain, or filled with doubt. The power of perseverance lies in its ability to transform us from the inside out. Every challenge we face, every setback we encounter, becomes a stepping stone when we approach it with perseverance. With each obstacle we learn a little more about our strength, a little more about our resilience. What once seemed impossible begins to feel within reach, and the parts of ourselves that felt weak or afraid start to evolve, to harden, to grow. Perseverance is like the steady chisel to the stone, slowly carving out the rough edges of who we are and revealing a refined version of ourselves over time. Through perseverance we become not only stronger but more adaptable, more resilient, more compassionate, and more deeply aware of our own inner power. When we think of success, we often picture the end result, the achievement, the goal attained, the dream realized. But perseverance teaches us that the journey itself is just as important, if not more so. The true value of success is not in the moment we finally reach the summit, but in the countless steps, the endless days, and the sheer will it took to get there. It's in the moments when we felt like giving up, but chose to try one more time, when we felt exhausted and drained, but decided to move forward anyway. This quiet resilience builds character, and over time we become more than just individuals chasing a goal. We become people who understand the power of patience, discipline, and faith. Perseverance is not only about the big dreams. Either it is just as powerful in the small, everyday challenges that life brings. It's in the decision to show up fully each day, to put our best foot forward, even when the rewards may seem far away or invisible. It's in the willingness to keep trying, to stay focused even when we're facing mundane tasks or repetitive routines. It's about choosing to bring our full selves to whatever we're doing, even if we may not see the immediate benefits. And it's in these small acts of commitment that we cultivate the strength and resilience that will carry us through the bigger challenges as well. Every act of perseverance, no matter how seemingly insignificant, plants seeds that eventually grow into a field of inner strength. The beauty of perseverance is that it does not require any special talent, nor does it demand extraordinary circumstances. It is available to each of us in every situation at any moment. It's the decision to keep going, to keep believing, to keep trying even when the outcome is uncertain. And in a world that often celebrates quick results and instant gratification, perseverance stands out as a quiet, enduring strength. It teaches us to embrace the process, to find meaning in each step along the way, and to trust that each effort, no matter how small, brings us closer to our goals. To persevere is to stay rooted in our purpose, even when the winds of doubt and discouragement blow. It's the strength to hold on, even when others may let go. It's a form of commitment, not only to our dreams, but also to our growth, to the journey itself. Perseverance is the reminder that progress is not always visible, and that some of the most profound transformations happen slowly, in the spaces between our efforts, in the moments of rest and reflection. Each time we choose to keep going, we're adding another layer to our character, another brick to the foundation of who we are becoming. There is a calm confidence that grows from perseverance, a quiet knowing that comes from having faced obstacles and emerged stronger. This confidence is not born from external validation or immediate results. It comes from the inner realization that we have within us the strength to overcome whatever life may throw our way. With each challenge we face and each moment of persistence, we are reminded of our own resilience. And over time, this resilience becomes a natural part of who we are, a deep-rooted strength that no one can take away. Perseverance also allows us to move beyond the fear of failure. When we commit to staying the course, we start to see failures not as dead ends, but as learning opportunities, as feedback, as stepping stones. We become less afraid of making mistakes because we understand that every setback, every misstep is part of the journey. We come to realize that failure is not the opposite of success, it is a part of success. Every moment of difficulty, every challenge that pushes us to our limits is a chance to learn, to grow, to refine our approach, and to come back stronger. Perseverance turns failures into fuel, giving us the motivation to try again with a little more wisdom, a little more experience, a little more understanding. Perseverance also connects us with others. When we face challenges and choose to keep going, we gain a deeper sense of empathy and compassion for others who are on similar journeys. We come to understand that everyone faces struggles, that we are not alone in our pursuit, and that the road to success is one that many have traveled before us. This shared experience of perseverance creates a sense of unity, of connection. It reminds us that we are part of something larger than ourselves, that our struggles are not isolated but part of a collective journey toward growth and fulfillment. Perseverance is a reminder of our own power, of the strength that lies within us, waiting to be revealed in the face of adversity. It is an invitation to rise above our doubts, to push beyond our fears, and to trust that the journey itself is worth every effort, every sacrifice, every moment of persistence. Through perseverance, we become the architects of our own lives, creating a foundation of resilience and inner strength that will carry us forward no matter what the future holds. Learning from setbacks is an art, a practice that goes beyond merely bouncing back. It's about mining every experience, every failure, for its hidden lessons. When we encounter setbacks, it's natural to feel discouraged or frustrated. We may see them as barriers to our goals, obstacles that stand in our way. But when we look closely, we realize that setbacks are rarely random. They are the universe's way of showing us where we need to grow, how we need to adjust, and where we need to deepen our understanding. These moments carry the wisdom that can only come from first-hand experience. Learning from setbacks is about understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, but an essential part of the journey toward it. Each setback, every moment of disappointment or failure, contains within it seeds of insight, opportunities for growth that are often invisible in the beginning. A setback is like a mirror, reflecting back to us the areas where we are vulnerable or unprepared. It brings to the surface the fears, doubts, and weaknesses we may not have fully acknowledged. In this way, setbacks are valuable because they reveal the blind spots in our journey, the areas we may have overlooked or avoided. When we face a setback, we are given the chance to examine our approach, to see where we might need to change, to adapt, or to learn something new. It is an invitation to refine our methods, to become more precise, more thoughtful, and more resilient. Each time we encounter a setback and choose to learn from it, we are honing our skills, deepening our understanding, and strengthening our ability to face future challenges. Learning from setbacks requires humility, a willingness to admit that we don't have all the answers and that there is always room for growth. It is a practice of letting go of the ego, of the desire to be perfect, and embracing the reality that growth is a continual process. When we accept that setbacks are part of this process, we become more open to learning, more willing to examine our own assumptions, and more capable of seeing beyond the immediate disappointment. We start to view setbacks not as failures but as opportunities to test our resilience, to see how adaptable and flexible we can be. This shift in perspective transforms setbacks from sources of frustration to catalysts for learning and self-improvement. There is a certain strength that comes from learning to accept setbacks as part of life's rhythm. Instead of resisting them or feeling defeated, we learn to flow with them, to allow them to teach us what we need to know in that moment. In this way, setbacks become part of our personal evolution. They teach us patience, showing us that the journey is rarely straightforward, that it's filled with twists and turns, detours and roadblocks. This understanding allows us to approach our goals with a more open mind, with a willingness to adjust our course when necessary. We begin to see that setbacks do not define us, nor do they determine our worth. Instead, they offer us the chance to grow into the person we need to become to reach our goals. Learning from setbacks is also a way to build resilience, a quality that allows us to keep moving forward even when things don't go as planned. Each setback we face and overcome adds another layer to our resilience, strengthening our ability to handle challenges with grace and patience. We become less fearful of failure because we know that even when things don't go as expected, we can learn from the experience and use it to improve. Setbacks in this way act as a kind of training ground for resilience. They teach us that while we may not have control over every outcome, we do have control over how we respond. This response, this choice to learn and grow, becomes the foundation of our resilience, the bedrock of our ability to persist in the face of adversity. Moreover, setbacks can open our minds to new perspectives, ideas, and approaches. Often when we experience failure, it's because we were stuck in a certain mindset, holding on to a particular way of doing things. A setback shakes us out of this complacency, pushing us to think outside the box, to consider alternatives we may not have noticed before. It encourages us to question our assumptions, to explore new paths, and to innovate. In this way, setbacks are a gift, forcing us to expand our thinking, to stretch beyond our comfort zones, and to embrace new ways of approaching our goals. They remind us that growth often requires us to step into the unknown, to be willing to change and adapt as we pursue our dreams. Setbacks also bring clarity. They strip away the illusions, the misconceptions, and the false expectations we may have carried with us. When things go wrong, we are forced to look at our situation with a fresh perspective, to see things as they are rather than as we wish them to be. This clarity can be uncomfortable, but it is also enlightening. It reveals the gaps in our knowledge, the areas where we need to improve, and the steps we need to take to move forward. In this way, setbacks help us see the truth, to face reality head-on, and to approach our goals with a more grounded and realistic mindset. This clarity is a powerful tool, allowing us to make better decisions, to approach challenges with a clearer understanding, and to move forward with renewed purpose. One of the most profound lessons that setbacks teach us is the value of persistence. When we encounter obstacles and choose to keep going despite them, we are developing a form of inner strength that cannot be taught or acquired through success alone. This persistence is a quiet force, an inner determination that grows each time we face a setback and choose to rise again. It teaches us that success is not a one-time event, but a journey that requires continuous effort, patience, and perseverance. In learning from setbacks, we come to understand that true success is not about avoiding failure, but about embracing it as part of the process, as a necessary step on the path to growth and fulfillment. Learning from setbacks also teaches us empathy. When we have experienced failure ourselves, we are more likely to understand and empathize with others who are going through similar struggles. We become more compassionate, more willing to support others, and more capable of offering guidance based on our own experiences. This empathy creates a sense of connection, a reminder that we are not alone in our journey and that everyone faces setbacks at some point. It fosters a sense of community, of shared experience, reminding us that we are all learning, all growing, all trying to make our way forward despite the challenges we face. This shared understanding deepens our relationships and strengthens our sense of purpose, giving us a greater appreciation for the journey we are on. In learning from setbacks, we also develop a deeper sense of self-awareness. Each setback invites us to look within, to examine our own actions, decisions, and motivations. It encourages us to reflect on what went wrong, to take responsibility for our mistakes, and to learn from them. This self-awareness is essential for personal growth, as it allows us to understand ourselves more deeply, to recognize our strengths and weaknesses, and to make changes that align with our goals. Through this process, we become more in tune with who we are, more aware of what drives us, and more capable of making choices that reflect our true values and aspirations. Embracing uncertainty is an invitation to step into the unknown, to let go of rigid expectations and trust in the unfolding of life's journey. Uncertainty is an inevitable part of existence, a reminder that the world around us is in constant motion, ever-changing and filled with the unexpected. It challenges our desire for control, for predictability, and for the comfort of knowing exactly what will happen next. Yet in that very challenge lies the possibility of growth, creativity, and transformation. When we learn to embrace uncertainty, we begin to move with the rhythm of life, rather than resist it, opening ourselves to possibilities we might never have considered. Living with uncertainty can be unsettling at first. Our minds are conditioned to seek security, to cling to the familiar as a way of protecting ourselves from potential risks. But this clinging often limits us, holding us back from experiences that could expand our perspectives, deepen our understanding, and reveal new aspects of who we are. Embracing uncertainty, therefore, is not about abandoning caution or acting recklessly. It's about finding the courage to release our grip on certainty and to trust in the process of life. It is the art of surrendering to the unknown, of accepting that we don't have all the answers, and of allowing ourselves to be surprised by what life has in store. When we embrace uncertainty, we invite spontaneity and openness into our lives. We become more willing to explore, to experiment, and to take risks. This willingness to step into the unknown can lead to profound discoveries about the world, about others, and about ourselves. It is often in moments of uncertainty that we are most alive, most attuned to the present moment, for uncertainty pulls us out of our comfort zones and into the richness of experience. We begin to see life as an adventure, as a journey filled with twists and turns, each one offering an opportunity for growth and learning. In embracing uncertainty, we cultivate a mindset of curiosity and wonder, seeing each day as a chance to uncover something new. Uncertainty also teaches us resilience, for it requires us to be adaptable and flexible in the face of change. When we no longer cling to a specific outcome or path, we become more resilient, more capable of adjusting our course when things don't go as planned. We learn to navigate challenges with a sense of grace, understanding that setbacks and detours are part of the journey. Embracing uncertainty allows us to flow with life's changes rather than resist them, to see obstacles not as roadblocks but as redirections, guiding us toward paths we may not have considered otherwise. This adaptability strengthens our ability to cope with life's challenges, building a deep-seated resilience that carries us through even the most difficult of times. Moreover, embracing uncertainty helps us let go of the illusion of control. Control is something we often seek as a way to feel secure, to give ourselves a sense of stability. But the truth is that control is often an illusion, for life is filled with variables beyond our influence. By embracing uncertainty, we learn to release the need to control every aspect of our lives. We begin to understand that while we can make plans and set intentions, the outcome is not always within our hands. This letting go is liberating. It frees us from the weight of perfectionism, from the constant worry about whether things will turn out exactly as we envisioned. In this freedom, we find a sense of peace, a quiet confidence that allows us to move forward with faith rather than fear. Uncertainty also encourages us to cultivate trust in ourselves, in others, and in life itself. When we accept that we cannot predict or control everything, we start to develop an inner trust, a belief that we have the strength and wisdom to handle whatever comes our way. This trust is a powerful anchor, grounding us in moments of doubt or confusion. It reminds us that we are capable of navigating life's complexities, that we have within us the resources to adapt, to grow, and to overcome. Embracing uncertainty, therefore, is a practice of self-trust, a commitment to believing in our own resilience and capacity to face the unknown with courage. This openness to uncertainty also brings a profound sense of presence. When we are no longer fixated on a specific outcome or future scenario, we become more fully engaged with the present moment. We learn to appreciate what is in front of us, to savor the small details, and to find beauty in the here and now. Embracing uncertainty brings us back to the present, to the immediacy of experience, allowing us to connect with life in a deeper, more meaningful way. This presence becomes a source of joy, of gratitude, as we learn to cherish each moment without being consumed by thoughts of what might or might not happen. There is also a certain humility that comes with embracing uncertainty. It is a recognition of our limitations, an acknowledgement that we do not have all the answers, and that we cannot foresee every twist and turn of life's path. This humility opens us to learning, to seeing each experience as an opportunity to grow and to expand our understanding. When we let go of the need to be right, to be certain, we become more receptive to the wisdom that life offers us in each moment. We begin to see uncertainty not as a threat but as a teacher, a guide that leads us toward deeper insights and a broader perspective on what it means to be human. Embracing uncertainty also fosters creativity. When we are willing to step into the unknown, we give ourselves permission to imagine new possibilities, to think outside the box, and to explore ideas we may have dismissed before. Uncertainty creates space for innovation, for the freedom to experiment and to try new approaches. Without the constraints of rigid expectations, we can tap into our innate creativity, allowing ourselves to explore paths that may lead to unexpected insights or solutions. This creative freedom is invigorating, a reminder that life is not a fixed script but an open canvas, inviting us to paint with boldness and imagination. Through uncertainty, we also come to understand that growth often requires us to step into discomfort. The unknown can be unsettling, for it challenges our sense of security, our desire for predictability. But it is precisely in these moments of discomfort that we grow the most. Embracing uncertainty requires us to expand our comfort zones, to stretch beyond what feels familiar and safe. This stretching is a necessary part of growth, for it pushes us to develop new skills, to strengthen our resilience, and to broaden our perspectives. In facing the unknown, we are confronted with our own fears and limitations, and in doing so we gain a deeper understanding of our own potential. Embracing uncertainty also deepens our relationships with others. When we accept that we cannot predict or control everything, we become more open to the perspectives and experiences of those around us. We become more willing to listen, to empathize, and to understand that each person's journey is unique, filled with its own uncertainties and unknowns. This openness fosters a sense of connection, a reminder that we are all navigating life's uncertainties together. It brings a sense of shared humanity, a recognition that we are all in this unpredictable journey side by side, supporting one another as we move forward. Through embracing uncertainty, we begin to see life as a continuous process of becoming, rather than a fixed state of being. We understand that life is not a series of fixed outcomes, but a dynamic flow of experiences, each one shaping us in ways we may not fully understand in the moment. This perspective allows us to approach life with a sense of openness, a willingness to be transformed by the journey itself. We start to appreciate the fluid nature of life, to see that change is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced, for it is through change that we evolve, adapt, and grow. Patience is often misunderstood as mere waiting or passivity, but it is, in truth, an active strength, a deliberate exercise of self-control and resilience. Patience is the quiet fortitude that allows us to endure life's challenges without becoming overwhelmed or defeated. It is not simply about withstanding the passage of time, but about cultivating an inner steadiness, a calm that sustains us through the inevitable delays, setbacks, and hardships that life brings. When we embody patience, we are choosing to hold our ground in the face of adversity, to remain committed to our path without being swayed by frustration or impatience. In this way, patience is a deep-rooted strength, an expression of trust in ourselves and in the process of life. Patience requires a willingness to let go of our attachment to immediate results and to embrace the rhythm of natural growth. In a world that often glorifies speed and instant gratification, patience stands as a counterforce, reminding us that some things cannot be rushed, that true growth and fulfillment unfold in their own time. Patience teaches us to value the journey, to find meaning in each step rather than in just the end result. It invites us to slow down, to appreciate the subtle changes that happen along the way, and to understand that lasting success and inner peace are cultivated gradually, through consistent effort and dedication. Patience allows us to endure the waiting periods, to trust that our efforts will bear fruit in due time. Patience is also an act of humility. When we practice patience, we acknowledge that we do not have complete control over life's timing or outcomes. We recognize that there are forces beyond our influence, and we learn to respect the natural flow of events. This humility is empowering, for it allows us to surrender our need for constant control and to approach life with a sense of openness and acceptance. Patience frees us from the pressure to force outcomes or to manipulate circumstances to fit our desires. Instead, we learn to work in harmony with life, to cooperate with the unfolding of events, trusting that everything has its own season, and that what is meant for us will arrive in its own time. In moments of difficulty, patience becomes a source of resilience. When we face challenges or setbacks, it is patience that keeps us grounded, that reminds us to stay steady and to keep moving forward even when progress seems slow or invisible. Patience teaches us to endure, to hold on, and to believe in the strength of our own perseverance. It is the reminder that we do not need to rush through hardship, but can instead face it with calmness and courage. This resilience is a quiet power, a strength that comes from within, allowing us to navigate even the most difficult of circumstances with grace. Through patience, we develop an inner confidence, a belief in our own ability to overcome challenges, no matter how long it may take. Patience is also a form of compassion, both for ourselves and for others. When we are patient with ourselves, we allow room for growth, understanding that change is a gradual process that requires time, effort, and forgiveness. We become less critical, less demanding, and more accepting of our own limitations and imperfections. This self-compassion allows us to make mistakes, to learn, and to evolve without being weighed down by guilt or frustration. Similarly, when we are patient with others, we offer them the space to be themselves, to grow at their own pace, and to navigate their own challenges. Patience fosters a sense of empathy, reminding us that everyone is on their own journey, and that true connection comes from understanding and acceptance. Patience also cultivates wisdom. In practicing patience, we develop the ability to observe, to reflect, and to consider our actions more thoughtfully. Instead of reacting impulsively or rushing into decisions, patience encourages us to take our time, to look at the bigger picture, and to act with greater clarity and purpose. This mindful approach to life allows us to make choices that align with our true values and goals, rather than being driven by fleeting desires or emotions. Patience teaches us that some things require careful thought, that true understanding often comes from taking the time to listen, to observe, and to learn. Through patience, we gain a deeper insight into ourselves and into the world around us. In relationships, patience is essential for building trust and understanding. It allows us to give others the space to express themselves, to share their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or haste. When we are patient, we become better listeners, more present in our interactions, and more willing to support others as they grow. Patience helps us to avoid unnecessary conflicts, to approach disagreements with compassion, and to build connections based on respect and empathy. It reminds us that relationships, like all meaningful things, take time to develop, and that true connection is nurtured through consistent care, understanding, and patience. Patience also strengthens our resolve, our commitment to our goals and values. When we practice patience, we are less likely to give up in the face of difficulty or delay. Instead, we become more determined, more dedicated to our path, and more willing to persevere through the ups and downs of life. Patience reminds us that setbacks are not failures but part of the journey, that every challenge we face is an opportunity to grow and to strengthen our resolve. It teaches us to keep going, to hold on to our vision, and to trust that with time and effort, we will reach our destination. The power of patience lies in its quiet endurance. It is not about passivity or inaction, but about the strength to remain steady, to hold on to our goals, and to keep moving forward even when the path is uncertain. Patience allows us to face each moment with acceptance, to work diligently without being consumed by frustration, and to stay grounded in our purpose, no matter how long the journey may take. Through patience, we develop a profound inner strength, a resilience that carries us through life's storms and helps us emerge stronger, wiser, and more at peace with ourselves. In the practice of patience, we also learn to find joy in the present moment. we begin to see that life is not just a series of outcomes, but a continuous flow of experiences, each one valuable in its own way. Patience allows us to slow down, to appreciate the small details, and to savor each step of the journey. It reminds us that life's beauty often lies in the process itself, in the gradual unfolding of each moment, rather than in the final destination. This shift in perspective brings a sense of contentment, a deeper appreciation for the here and now, and a recognition that life's true fulfillment comes not from achieving more, but from being fully present in each experience. Patience, then, is a path to inner peace. It teaches us to let go of our anxieties, to release our attachment to outcomes, and to trust that everything will unfold as it should. This peace is not the absence of desire or ambition, but the presence of a calm faith that sustains us through life's uncertainties. When we are patient, we are no longer at the mercy of our fears or our need for control. Instead, we find a quiet confidence, a sense of harmony with life's flow. Patience allows us to approach each day with a spirit of acceptance, a belief in our own resilience, and a trust that we are exactly where we need to be. In essence, patience is the embodiment of strength. It is the courage to face life's delays and difficulties with grace, the willingness to persevere through challenges, and the ability to remain steady in the pursuit of our goals. Through patience, we cultivate a deep inner strength that carries us through life's trials and tribulations, allowing us to emerge stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. This strength is not loud or aggressive. It is a quiet resilience, a steady endurance that gives us the power to face whatever life may bring. Redefining success is an invitation to look beyond society's conventional markers, wealth, status, and accolades, and to seek a more personal, meaningful definition of achievement. Success, in its deepest sense, is not about reaching a pinnacle or acquiring things, but about a fulfilling journey toward becoming our truest selves, of living in alignment with our values, passions, and purpose. It is about discovering what makes us feel whole, grounded, and truly alive. Redefining success allows us to break free from societal pressures and expectations, empowering us to live lives that resonate with our inner convictions, rather than being driven solely by external measures of worth. To redefine success, we must first question the beliefs we have inherited from society. Often, success is portrayed as a linear progression, a steady climb up a ladder toward material gains and social recognition. Yet, this definition is limited and can lead to burnout, dissatisfaction, and a constant feeling of not enough. True success is not one size fits all. It is unique to each individual, shaped by personal values, dreams, and aspirations. By taking the time to reflect on what truly matters to us, we can craft a vision of success that is authentic, sustainable, and deeply fulfilling. This redefinition shifts our focus from competition with others to a more personal journey of growth and self-discovery. Redefining success also involves cultivating an awareness of what brings us a sense of purpose and joy. When we align our actions with our passions and talents, we experience a kind of success that cannot be measured by material wealth or status. It is a sense of satisfaction that comes from knowing we are contributing something meaningful to the world, that we are using our unique gifts to make a difference. This form of success is deeply personal, a reflection of our true selves rather than a projection of what we think we should be. It is a way of living that feels purposeful and genuine, that honors our intrinsic motivations and nurtures our well-being. When we redefine success, we also come to understand the importance of balance and well-being. Traditional definitions of success often glorify relentless work and sacrifice, leaving little room for rest, relationships, and self-care. But a fulfilling life requires harmony between achievement and inner peace. Success, therefore, is not just about what we accomplish. It is also about the quality of our lives, the depth of our relationships, and our ability to experience joy and contentment. When we prioritize balance, we are able to sustain our efforts over the long term, to pursue our goals without sacrificing our health, happiness, or connections with loved ones. In this way, success becomes a holistic experience, one that honors every aspect of our lives. Redefining success also invites us to embrace failure as a natural part of the journey. Conventional success narratives often stigmatize failure, framing it as a sign of weakness or inadequacy. But true success involves resilience, the ability to learn from setbacks and to grow stronger through adversity. Each failure is an opportunity for growth, a chance to learn valuable lessons that ultimately lead to greater wisdom and understanding. When we stop fearing failure and begin to see it as an integral part of our path, we free ourselves to take risks, to try new things, and to pursue our passions without the weight of perfectionism. This mindset allows us to approach life with a sense of curiosity and adventure, knowing that even our missteps can lead to profound growth and insight. At the heart of redefining success is a commitment to authenticity. In a world that often pressures us to conform to certain standards, redefining success is an act of courage, a decision to live according to our own truth, rather than following someone else's path. Authentic success means being true to ourselves, embracing our unique qualities, and pursuing goals that are meaningful to us, regardless of how they may be perceived by others. This authenticity allows us to experience a deeper sense of fulfillment, for we are no longer trying to fit into a mold that does not reflect our true selves. Instead, we are creating a life that aligns with our values, passions, and sense of purpose. Redefining success also encourages us to think about our legacy, about the impact we want to leave on the world and in the lives of those around us. Success is not just about personal gain, it is about contributing something of value to others, about leaving the world a little better than we found it. This shift from individual accomplishment to collective well-being brings a sense of purpose and meaning that extends beyond our own lives. When we redefine success to include service, compassion, and contribution, we experience a kind of fulfillment that transcends our personal achievements. We begin to see success as a ripple effect, a positive influence that enriches the lives of others and creates a lasting legacy. In redefining success, we also recognize the importance of gratitude and appreciation for the present moment. Success is often framed as a future state, a goal that lies somewhere ahead of us. But if we are constantly chasing the next achievement, we may miss the beauty and richness of the present. Redefining success means finding contentment in the journey itself, savoring each step and appreciating the progress we have made. It means celebrating small victories, honoring the challenges we have overcome, and finding joy in the simple moments of everyday life. This perspective brings a sense of peace and satisfaction, reminding us that true success is not just a destination, but an ongoing experience of growth and fulfillment. Redefining success also encourages us to honor our inner growth. Traditional definitions of success focus on external accomplishments, but true fulfillment often comes from inner development, cultivating qualities like resilience, kindness, wisdom, and empathy. When we prioritize our inner growth, we find that success becomes a reflection of our character, our integrity, and our ability to navigate life with grace and compassion. This inner success is less visible but far more lasting, for it shapes who we are at the core and enhances our ability to contribute positively to the world around us. Inner growth allows us to handle life's challenges with greater resilience, to respond to adversity with courage, and to connect with others in a meaningful and compassionate way. In redefining success, we also discover the importance of connection and community. Success is often portrayed as an individual pursuit, a quest for personal achievement. But true fulfillment is often found in our relationships, in the love, support, and connection we share with others. When we redefine success to include the quality of our relationships, we begin to value compassion, empathy, and understanding as essential elements of a successful life. We recognize that our happiness and fulfillment are deeply intertwined with the well-being of those around us, and that true success is found not in isolation but in connection. This redefinition allows us to prioritize our relationships, to invest in our communities, and to build a life that is rich in connection and belonging. Redefining success also encourages us to slow down, to question the constant drive for more, and to appreciate the simplicity of life. In a world that often equates success with accumulation, more wealth, more status, more possessions, redefining success invites us to find fulfillment in simplicity, in experiences rather than things, in moments of peace rather than constant striving. This shift brings a sense of contentment, a reminder that we do not need to constantly chase more to feel fulfilled. It encourages us to focus on what truly matters, to simplify our lives, and to find joy in the present. This perspective allows us to experience a deeper, more lasting sense of satisfaction, for we are no longer driven by the endless pursuit of external validation. Ultimately, redefining success is about reclaiming our own sense of worth, about understanding that our value is not determined by our accomplishments, but by who we are as individuals. It is about recognizing that our worth is inherent, that we are valuable simply because we exist. This shift allows us to pursue our goals from a place of self-acceptance rather than from a need for validation. We begin to see success as an expression of our authentic selves, as a reflection of our unique gifts, passions, and purpose. This redefinition brings a sense of freedom, for we are no longer bound by society's standards or expectations. Instead, we are empowered to live lives that are true to ourselves, to follow our own path, and to find fulfillment in ways that resonate with our hearts. Redefining success, therefore, is a journey of self-discovery, an ongoing process of understanding what brings us true joy, purpose, and peace. It is about learning to listen to our inner voice, to trust our intuition, and to create a life that reflects our deepest values and aspirations. This journey is deeply personal, for success looks different for each of us. By redefining success, we give ourselves the freedom to pursue our own vision of fulfillment, to create a life that feels meaningful and authentic, and to experience a kind of success that nourishes our souls. Inner belief is the foundation upon which all true achievement and fulfillment are built. It is the quiet confidence that sustains us in the face of challenges, the deep conviction that regardless of external circumstances, we possess the resilience, strength, and potential to overcome and succeed. Inner belief is not about blind optimism or ungrounded hope. Rather, it is a profound trust in ourselves, in our own abilities, and in our capacity to grow. It is an unshakable sense of self-worth that stands independent of others' opinions or the outcomes of our efforts. When we cultivate a strong inner belief, we build a relationship with ourselves that is rooted in acceptance, courage, and a commitment to personal truth. This inner faith becomes a source of strength and stability that allows us to navigate life's uncertainties with a sense of calm and assurance. Inner belief empowers us to pursue our dreams even when they seem distant or daunting. It encourages us to take risks, to step into the unknown, and to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. When we believe in ourselves, we are willing to invest time, energy, and effort in our goals, knowing that the journey itself will bring us closer to our truest potential. Inner belief does not guarantee that everything will unfold exactly as planned, but it provides us with the confidence to keep moving forward, to persevere, and to trust in our ability to adapt and learn along the way. This inner confidence acts as a guiding light, illuminating our path and reminding us that we are capable of achieving more than we might initially realize. At its core, inner belief is also about self-compassion. It is the understanding that we are inherently worthy, deserving of kindness, and capable of growth. This self-compassion allows us to forgive ourselves when we fall short or make mistakes. Rather than being critical or judgmental, inner belief invites us to see our imperfections as part of the human experience, as valuable aspects of our journey toward becoming who we are meant to be. When we hold this compassionate belief in ourselves, we create a supportive inner environment that nurtures growth and resilience. We give ourselves the space to evolve, to learn from our experiences, and to trust in our ability to navigate life with grace and courage. Inner belief is also a shield against external negativity and doubt. In a world where opinions are abundant and often conflicting, it can be easy to feel swayed or discouraged by the perspectives of others. But when our belief in ourselves is strong, we become less vulnerable to criticism and less reliant on external validation. We develop the resilience to remain true to our path, even when others may not understand or support it. Inner belief gives us the strength to hold our ground, to trust in our own values and vision, and to keep moving forward with clarity and purpose. This inner strength enables us to face adversity without losing our sense of self, to stay connected to our core values, and to pursue our goals with unwavering determination. Furthermore, inner belief fosters resilience. Life inevitably brings challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt, but a strong inner belief provides us with the ability to rise above these obstacles. It reminds us that we are not defined by our failures or by temporary hardships, but by our ability to persevere and grow through them. This resilience allows us to bounce back from difficult experiences, to learn from adversity, and to emerge stronger and wiser. Inner belief acts as an anchor during turbulent times, a reminder that we have the strength and resourcefulness to face whatever life brings. It is this resilience, grounded in self-belief, that enables us to continue moving forward no matter the circumstances. Inner belief also connects us to our intuition. When we believe in ourselves, we become more attuned to our inner guidance, our own instincts and insights. We develop the confidence to trust our gut feelings, to listen to that quiet voice within that often knows what is best for us. This intuitive connection helps us make decisions that align with our values and aspirations, allowing us to navigate life with greater clarity and authenticity. Inner belief and intuition work hand in hand, empowering us to make choices that resonate with our true selves, rather than being swayed by external pressures or expectations. This alignment with our inner wisdom fosters a sense of peace and purpose, guiding us toward a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. Inner belief also invites us to take responsibility for our lives. When we truly believe in ourselves, we understand that we have the power to shape our own destiny. We stop waiting for circumstances to be perfect or for others to provide us with approval or support. Instead, we take ownership of our dreams, our actions, and our choices, knowing that we have the strength and ability to create the life we desire. This sense of responsibility is liberating, for it places the power of our lives firmly in our own hands. We become active participants in our journey rather than passive bystanders, and this empowerment fuels our drive to pursue our goals with commitment and determination. Inner belief also enhances our relationships with others. When we have a strong sense of self-worth, we are less likely to seek validation or approval from others. Instead, we can approach our relationships with authenticity, openness, and a genuine desire to connect. This inner security allows us to give and receive love without fear or insecurity, to communicate openly and honestly, and to form connections that are based on mutual respect and understanding. Inner belief fosters a sense of wholeness within us, enabling us to bring our truest selves into our relationships and to cultivate connections that are nurturing, supportive, and fulfilling. Additionally, inner belief encourages us to celebrate our progress, no matter how small. In a world that often prioritizes grand achievements and end results, inner belief reminds us to honor each step of our journey, to acknowledge our growth, and to take pride in our efforts. This practice of celebrating small victories nurtures our confidence, reinforcing our belief in our own abilities and encouraging us to keep moving forward. When we take the time to recognize and appreciate our progress, we develop a positive relationship with ourselves, one that is rooted in encouragement and self-affirmation. This practice reinforces our inner belief, creating a cycle of self-empowerment and resilience that propels us toward our goals with renewed energy and determination. Inner belief is also about envisioning our potential. It is the ability to see ourselves not just as we are, but as we could be, to imagine a future in which we have fully realized our abilities and aspirations. This vision of our potential serves as a source of inspiration, motivating us to take steps toward our dreams and to keep striving for growth. Inner belief allows us to dream boldly, to set ambitious goals, and to pursue them with courage. It reminds us that we are capable of more than we may realize, and it encourages us to push beyond our comfort zones, to challenge ourselves, and to continually expand our horizons. This forward-looking belief in our potential gives us a sense of purpose and excitement, a reason to keep growing and evolving. Finally, inner belief is a commitment to self-empowerment. It is the decision to place our own well-being, happiness, and fulfillment as priorities, to make choices that support our growth, and to build a life that resonates with our values and aspirations. Inner belief empowers us to be our own advocates, to stand up for ourselves, and to make decisions that align with our truth. It encourages us to set boundaries to protect our energy, and to prioritize our needs without guilt or hesitation. This self-empowerment allows us to live authentically, to pursue our dreams with conviction, and to build a life that feels meaningful and true to who we are. Inner belief, then, is not merely a mindset, it is a way of being that infuses every aspect of our lives with strength, resilience, and purpose. It is the foundation that allows us to pursue our dreams, to overcome challenges, and to live in alignment with our true selves. When we cultivate a strong inner belief, we are able to approach life with confidence, courage, and a sense of inner peace, knowing that we have the strength and ability to face whatever comes our way. This inner belief is the quiet assurance that we are worthy, capable, and deserving of all that life has to offer. Adapt and evolve are twin pillars that enable us to navigate life's inevitable changes with resilience, creativity, and growth. To adapt is to remain flexible, to embrace the present moment as it unfolds rather than rigidly clinging to how we expected it to be. Evolution, on the other hand, is the process of integrating each experience, whether success or setback, into our understanding of ourselves and our path, allowing us to emerge stronger and wiser. Together, adapting and evolving foster a mindset that not only accepts change but sees it as a dynamic force that enriches us, stretches our potential, and shapes our identity. By embracing adaptability, we become like water, able to flow around obstacles and shift according to the contours of the circumstances we encounter. This adaptability empowers us to move forward without resistance, to let go of expectations that no longer serve us, and to engage with life in a way that is open and attuned to the present moment. Adaptation also requires humility. When we're open to adapting, we acknowledge that we don't have all the answers and that life is constantly teaching us new things. This mindset allows us to remain students of life, receptive to lessons and willing to change direction, if that's what the moment calls for. Rather than viewing adaptation as a loss of control, we see it as an opportunity to recalibrate and refine our approach, to grow in ways we hadn't anticipated. Adapting means responding to life's shifts with curiosity rather than resistance, with a readiness to learn rather than a desire to cling to the familiar. This openness is essential, for the nature of life itself is unpredictable and complex. By remaining flexible, we stay in sync with life's rhythm, able to respond with grace to unexpected circumstances, turning challenges into opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Evolution, in turn, is the deeper transformation that comes from this process of adaptation. While adaptation is about adjusting to the present, evolution is about integrating each experience into a broader understanding of who we are and who we want to become. Evolution invites us to take what we've learned from adapting and apply it to a bigger picture, to use each lesson as a stepping stone toward greater self-awareness and purpose. Through evolution, we continually redefine ourselves, shedding outdated beliefs, habits, and patterns that no longer serve us, and embracing new ways of thinking, being, and acting that reflect our growth. This continual evolution is a sign of resilience and strength, a testament to our willingness to learn, to let go, and to rise above challenges with a renewed sense of purpose. The beauty of adapting and evolving is that they allow us to find meaning in all experiences. When we adopt this mindset, we realize that setbacks are not failures but are integral to our growth. Each challenge, each unanticipated turn, becomes a source of insight, an invitation to see things from a new perspective, and a chance to cultivate qualities like patience, perseverance, and empathy. Evolution, then, is a process of constant refinement, a journey of becoming that never truly ends. It's about moving forward not because we have to, but because we want to keep expanding, keep discovering, and keep reaching new levels of understanding and fulfillment. This perspective transforms life into a rich tapestry of experiences, each one contributing to the mosaic of our character and wisdom. Adaptation also invites us to question our assumptions and expectations. When we let go of rigid ideas about how things should be, we become open to how things could be. This shift in perspective allows us to approach life with a sense of possibility, to see potential where others might only see obstacles. Adapting and evolving help us break free from the limitations of conventional thinking, enabling us to find innovative solutions, explore new paths, and approach challenges with creativity and resilience. We learn to trust the process, to believe that each moment, no matter how difficult or unexpected, is a valuable part of our journey. By adapting, we not only survive but thrive, discovering strengths we may not have known we possessed and insights that deepen our understanding of life and of ourselves. In the process of adapting and evolving, we also learn to cultivate patience and acceptance. Change, especially profound transformation, doesn't happen overnight. It requires time, effort, and sometimes a willingness to navigate through discomfort. This patience is a vital part of evolution, for it allows us to honor the journey rather than rushing toward the destination. Adapting means embracing the pace at which life unfolds, accepting that growth is gradual, and that every stage of the process has its purpose. Through patience, we develop resilience, the ability to withstand challenges without losing our sense of direction or purpose. We learn that adaptation and evolution are not about reaching a final state of perfection, but about engaging with life in a way that is dynamic, flexible, and ever-growing. To adapt and evolve is also to recognize the interconnectedness of all things. We are not isolated individuals navigating life alone. We are part of a larger web of relationships, communities, and environments that are constantly shifting and changing. Adaptation allows us to stay attuned to these connections, to respond to the needs and rhythms of the world around us in a way that is harmonious and respectful. This interconnected approach fosters a sense of empathy and compassion, as we realize that our growth and well-being are intimately linked with the well-being of others. Evolution, in this sense, becomes not just a personal journey, but a shared experience, a collective process of learning, growing, and transforming together. Adapting and evolving also foster self-trust. When we become comfortable with change, we develop confidence in our ability to handle whatever life brings. We begin to trust our instincts, to rely on our inner wisdom, and to believe in our capacity to face challenges with resilience. This self-trust is essential, for it grounds us in a sense of inner stability, even when the world around us is uncertain. By trusting in our ability to adapt and evolve, we cultivate a sense of inner security, knowing that no matter what happens, we have the resources and strength to navigate through it. This confidence allows us to approach life with a sense of freedom and possibility, unafraid to take risks, explore new paths, and embrace new opportunities. The mindset of adapting and evolving also keeps us humble. When we are committed to growth, we realize that we are never finished products, that there is always more to learn, more to experience, and more ways to expand. This humility allows us to remain open to feedback, to accept constructive criticism, and to acknowledge when we need to change direction. It teaches us to see ourselves as works in progress, constantly growing, learning, and evolving. This humility is a gift, for it enables us to stay grounded, to approach life with curiosity, and to engage with others in a way that is authentic and sincere. Gratitude for the journey is the deep appreciation for each step we take along the winding path of life, regardless of whether it is marked by joy or challenge, ease or struggle. It is the recognition that every experience, every twist and turn, holds its own unique lessons and gifts. When we cultivate gratitude for the journey, we learn to see life not as a series of destinations to reach or problems to solve, but as an unfolding process of growth, learning, and self-discovery. This perspective allows us to embrace each moment with an open heart, to be fully present, and to appreciate the richness and beauty of the experiences that shape us. Gratitude for the journey transforms the way we view ourselves and our path, inviting us to cherish not only the highs but also the lows, not only the victories but also the setbacks. It teaches us that the journey itself is the destination, and that within each moment lies the potential for insight, growth, and connection. When we hold gratitude for the journey, we begin to see even our struggles and difficulties in a new light. Instead of viewing them as obstacles or failures, we come to recognize them as valuable parts of our growth. Challenges become opportunities to build resilience, to cultivate patience, and to discover our inner strength. Through gratitude, we are able to accept the difficult moments with grace, understanding that they are not meaningless suffering but are essential aspects of our development. This perspective enables us to find meaning in adversity, to see setbacks as stepping stones, and to trust that every experience, no matter how challenging, is contributing to our evolution. Gratitude for the journey allows us to embrace life in all its complexity, to face difficulties with courage and acceptance, and to find beauty in the moments that test us most. Gratitude for the journey also enriches our relationships with others. When we are grateful for each step of our own journey, we become more compassionate and understanding of the journeys that others are on. We begin to appreciate the unique paths that each person walks, recognizing that everyone faces their own challenges, struggles, and triumphs. This sense of gratitude fosters empathy, allowing us to connect with others on a deeper level and to support them with kindness and patience. When we are grateful for our journey, we are able to celebrate not only our own growth, but also the growth of those around us. We see ourselves as part of a larger tapestry, each person's story adding to the richness of the human experience, and this interconnectedness fills us with a profound sense of belonging and purpose. Moreover, gratitude for the journey encourages us to live with presence and mindfulness. When we are truly grateful for each moment, we stop rushing towards some future destination or achievement and instead begin to savor the present. We learn to appreciate the small joys, the subtle beauty, and the fleeting moments that make life so precious. Gratitude anchors us in the here and now, allowing us to experience life more fully and to find contentment in the simple act of being. This mindfulness transforms the way we approach each day, helping us to find peace in the ordinary, to see beauty in the mundane, and to feel a sense of wonder for the gift of life itself. In this way, gratitude becomes not just a feeling but a way of being, a lens through which we view and experience the world. Through gratitude for the journey, we also learn to let go of the need for perfection. We come to understand that life is not meant to be a flawless series of successes, but a dynamic process of growth, change, and learning. Gratitude teaches us to accept our imperfections, to embrace our mistakes, and to view each step as a valuable part of our path. This acceptance frees us from the pressure to always have everything figured out, and allows us to move forward with a sense of ease and self-compassion. We become gentler with ourselves, recognizing that our journey is uniquely ours, and that every experience, whether perfect or imperfect, is contributing to our growth. Gratitude then becomes a form of self-love, a way of honoring our own journey and finding peace within ourselves. Gratitude for the journey also enhances our resilience. When we are grateful for each step, we develop a deep-rooted sense of trust in life and in our own ability to navigate its ups and downs. This trust gives us the strength to keep going, even when the path is uncertain or difficult. We become more adaptable, more open to change, and more willing to face challenges with a positive outlook. Gratitude helps us see that we are capable of overcoming obstacles, and that each challenge we face is making us stronger and wiser. This resilience, rooted in gratitude, enables us to approach life with a sense of hope and optimism, knowing that whatever comes our way, we have the inner resources to handle it. Gratitude for the journey also shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have. Instead of constantly seeking more, we begin to appreciate the abundance that is already present in our lives. We learn to find contentment in what we have and to recognize the many blessings that surround us each day. This shift in perspective allows us to experience a sense of fullness and joy, even in moments that might otherwise seem ordinary or routine. Gratitude reminds us that happiness is not something to be chased, but something to be found in the present, in the relationships we cherish, in the experiences we embrace, and in the simple act of being alive. This sense of contentment brings peace to our hearts, allowing us to live with greater ease and joy. Furthermore, gratitude for the journey helps us cultivate patience. Life does not always unfold according to our plans or timelines, and there are times when progress seems slow or uncertain. Gratitude reminds us that growth is a gradual process, that each step forward is valuable, and that patience is a key part of our journey. It encourages us to trust the timing of our own lives, to have faith in the unfolding of our path, and to appreciate the journey even when it takes unexpected turns. This patience, rooted in gratitude, allows us to move forward without anxiety or frustration, to let go of the need for immediate results, and to find peace in the slow and steady progress we make. Gratitude for the journey also inspires us to keep learning and growing. When we are grateful for each experience, we become more open to the lessons that life offers, more willing to reflect on our choices, and more committed to personal growth. Gratitude helps us see each moment as an opportunity to learn, to expand our perspective, and to deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. It encourages us to approach life with a sense of curiosity, to be open to new ideas, and to embrace the journey of self-discovery. This commitment to growth becomes a source of fulfillment as we come to see that the journey itself is a path of continual learning and evolution. Through gratitude for the journey, we also develop a sense of reverence for the mystery of life. We come to appreciate that there is so much beyond our control and understanding, and this realization fills us with awe and wonder. Gratitude helps us embrace the unknown, to find comfort in life's mysteries, and to trust that there is a purpose to our path, even if we cannot always see it. This reverence allows us to approach life with humility, recognizing that we are part of something greater than ourselves, and that each experience, each relationship, and each moment is part of a larger, unfolding story. In this way, gratitude deepens our connection to life itself, filling us with a sense of purpose and meaning. Gratitude for the journey also nurtures hope. When we appreciate each step of our path, we begin to see the beauty in even the smallest moments, and this beauty becomes a source of inspiration and motivation. Gratitude helps us keep our hearts open, even in difficult times, allowing us to find light in the midst of darkness, and to hold on to a vision of a brighter future. This hope is not naive or idealistic. It is rooted in a deep trust in the resilience of the human spirit and the belief that no matter what, there is always something to be grateful for. Gratitude reminds us that life is a precious gift, that each day is an opportunity to grow, to love, and to make a difference. Visualizing your potential is an act of seeing beyond the immediate limitations and circumstances of your life. It is an exercise in expanding your awareness, imagining the vast landscape of possibilities that await you if you dare to step into them. To visualize your potential is to tap into a wellspring of creativity, purpose, and possibility that resides within you, often untapped, waiting for the moment when you choose to truly believe in your own capacity for greatness. It's not about fantasizing or daydreaming in a way that keeps you disconnected from the present. Rather, it's about using the power of your imagination to see clearly the direction in which you could go, the heights to which you could climb, and the person you could become, should you choose to embark on that journey. When you visualize your potential, you are not merely picturing a future version of yourself, you are creating a mental blueprint that serves as a guiding force in your life. This blueprint is not a fixed image, but a dynamic, evolving vision that adapts as you grow, learn, and stretch your limits. The beauty of this process lies in the fact that your potential is not something that can be defined once and for all. It is something that unfolds gradually as you engage with the world and push the boundaries of your own limitations. Through visualization, you invite the possibility of continual growth and transformation, seeing each step not as an obstacle but as a building block in the construction of your fullest self. Visualization works by aligning your internal world with your external reality. When you vividly imagine yourself achieving your goals, excelling in your pursuits, and becoming the person you aspire to be, you are rewiring your brain to recognize the pathways to success. Your mind becomes a partner in the process, creating neural connections that make the realization of your potential not only possible, but inevitable. This practice fosters a sense of self-confidence, for as you see yourself in the future already thriving, you start to believe that it is within your reach. The more you visualize your potential, the more your actions align with that vision, and the more likely you are to take steps that move you closer to your aspirations. To visualize your potential is also to embrace the idea that you are a work in progress, always evolving. It's about seeing the unfinished dynamic nature of who you are and understanding that your potential is not something fixed in the past or written in stone. Your potential is a living, breathing entity, shaped by the experiences you gather, the wisdom you gain, and the resilience you build. Each failure, each setback, each moment of doubt becomes part of the story of your unfolding potential, an essential ingredient that allows you to grow. When you visualize yourself fully embracing this journey of growth, you release the need for perfection and embrace the process of becoming. You trust that the person you are becoming is a reflection of your willingness to explore, evolve, and push through the limitations that life places in your way. Visualization also requires you to focus on what is possible, rather than being fixated on what is not working in your life. It's easy to get caught up in the daily struggles, the setbacks, and the challenges that feel insurmountable. Yet to visualize your potential is to choose to look past these immediate difficulties and envision a future where you have overcome them, where you stand stronger, wiser, and more fulfilled. This shift in focus allows you to release the grip of fear and doubt and to embrace hope, trust, and determination. You begin to see challenges as opportunities, obstacles as stepping stones, and setbacks as temporary detours on the path to your ultimate potential. The act of visualizing your potential is an invitation to take ownership of your life and your destiny. It asks you to step into your power and take responsibility for the vision you hold for yourself. When you choose to visualize your potential, you acknowledge that you have the ability to shape your own future. This realization is empowering, as it places the responsibility for your growth and success squarely in your hands. No longer are you waiting for external circumstances to change. You are taking action, making decisions, and shaping your reality from within. You recognize that your potential is not something you must wait for, but something you can activate at any moment through your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions. Visualization also teaches you to remain open to the unexpected, for your potential is not something that can be fully predicted or controlled. While you may have a clear vision of where you want to go, life often has a way of surprising you with new paths and opportunities. Visualization helps you stay open to these twists and turns, allowing you to embrace uncertainty as part of the journey. By visualizing your potential, you free yourself from rigid expectations, trusting that even if the road ahead is not exactly as you envisioned, it will still lead you to where you need to be. This openness to the unknown is essential, for it allows you to grow in ways you might not have anticipated and to experience opportunities that you could not have imagined. In visualizing your potential, you are also cultivating a deeper connection with your inner self. This practice invites you to reflect on who you truly are, what you deeply value, and what you truly desire. It is an opportunity to align your vision with your authentic self, to create a life that reflects your inner truth rather than external expectations. Visualization allows you to connect with your purpose, to understand what drives you, and to identify the passions and dreams that stir your soul. By tapping into this deeper sense of self, you begin to see your potential not just as a set of goals or achievements, but as an expression of who you are at your core. Visualization is also about overcoming limiting beliefs. As you envision your potential, you may encounter resistance from old fears, doubts, and negative thought patterns. These beliefs, often formed in childhood or through past experiences, may tell you that you're not good enough or that your dreams are out of reach. However, the power of visualization is that it helps you confront and transcend these limitations. By continually focusing on the image of yourself succeeding, of becoming the person you wish to be, you challenge these negative beliefs and replace them with empowering thoughts and affirmations. Over time, this practice helps to rewire your mind, replacing limiting beliefs with a new narrative that supports your growth and success. When you visualize your potential, you are also setting the stage for action. Visualization is not a passive exercise, it's a powerful catalyst for change. By consistently imagining yourself reaching your highest potential, you are training your mind and body to take the necessary steps to make that vision a reality. The clearer you are about the life you want to create, the more motivated and focused you become in taking action toward that goal. Visualization doesn't make things happen by itself, but it inspires and aligns you with the energy needed to take the steps that bring your potential to life. In this process, you also learn to trust the timing of your life. While you may visualize a future full of success and fulfillment, you also come to understand that your potential unfolds at its own pace. Sometimes things will happen quickly, other times growth will take time. Visualization helps you develop the patience to trust that your potential is always within reach, even if it doesn't manifest immediately. It encourages you to remain steadfast in your vision, knowing that everything you need is already inside of you, and that the journey to realizing your potential is just as important as the destination itself. Purpose beyond self is the recognition that true fulfillment comes not from the pursuit of personal gain or individual success, but from dedicating oneself to something larger, something that transcends the self. It is the awareness that our lives, as singular as they may seem, are deeply interconnected with the world around us. When we act with purpose beyond our own interests, we tap into a deeper sense of meaning, a force that moves us from a place of personal ambition to a broader, more compassionate contribution to the collective good. This shift in focus is not just a moral choice, but a profound realization that the true power of human life is found in service to others, in the act of giving, and in the commitment to creating a world that is better than the one we found. Living with purpose beyond self begins with an understanding of interconnectedness. It is the recognition that every action, no matter how small, reverberates through the world, affecting not only our own lives, but the lives of others as well. When we recognize that our actions have consequences far beyond our immediate environment, we begin to act with more intention, mindfulness, and care. Purpose beyond self moves us away from a narrow view of the world, one where success is measured only by personal achievement, and instead encourages us to see our place within the larger web of existence. This broader perspective fosters empathy and compassion as we begin to see the struggles and triumphs of others as our own. When we acknowledge that we are all in this together, that our destinies are tied to one another, we become more motivated to act with kindness, generosity, and understanding. Purpose beyond self also invites us to explore what it means to leave a legacy, not in terms of wealth or fame, but in the impact we have on others. Our legacy, in this sense, is not a personal one, but a communal one. It is the difference we make in the lives of the people we encounter, the ways in which we contribute to the well-being of the planet, and the values we pass on to future generations. When we live with purpose beyond self, we begin to think less about what we can accumulate for ourselves and more about what we can offer to the world. This shift in focus expands our sense of purpose and fulfillment, allowing us to align our actions with a vision that extends beyond our own limited time on Earth. This type of purpose also calls us to step outside of our comfort zones, to push past the fears and insecurities that often arise when we contemplate giving of ourselves to others. It requires courage to look beyond one's own immediate needs and to dedicate one's energy to causes that may not have immediate personal reward. Whether it is helping others in need, contributing to a cause larger than ourselves, or simply showing up with compassion in everyday interactions, purpose beyond self challenges us to act in ways that require us to stretch our own capacities and open our hearts. It asks us to consider how our individual lives can contribute to the larger narrative of humanity, and how we can be part of something much greater than our own desires. The pursuit of purpose beyond self also fosters a sense of fulfillment that is not contingent on external validation or material success. In a world where much of what is valued is external money, status, recognition, living with purpose beyond self offers a counterbalance to this pursuit of hollow achievements. It grounds us in a deeper sense of worth, one that comes from knowing we are living in alignment with our values and making a positive difference. This fulfillment is not fleeting but enduring. It is the satisfaction that arises from knowing that we are contributing to the well-being of others, that our actions have meaning in a larger context, and that we are creating a legacy that transcends the material realm. When we shift our focus from self-interest to the welfare of others, we begin to experience a sense of abundance that is not tied to what we have but to the lives we touch. Living with purpose beyond self also requires us to practice humility. It asks us to acknowledge that our lives are not solely for our own benefit, and that our greatest contributions often come not from our most visible or celebrated accomplishments, but from the quieter, more humble acts of kindness and service. It teaches us that we do not need to be famous or powerful to make a difference. The small acts, listening to someone who is struggling, showing up for a friend in need, planting a tree, carry as much weight in shaping the world as the grand gestures. These seemingly simple actions are the threads that, when woven together, form a tapestry of human connection, compassion, and growth. Purpose beyond self teaches us that our worth is not determined by what we accomplish, but by the love and care we extend to others, by the difference we make, no matter how small it may seem. Furthermore, purpose beyond self teaches us to embrace interdependence rather than independence. While independence is often glorified in modern culture, the reality is that we are all deeply interdependent on one another. Our lives are shaped by the people around us, the communities we belong to, and the relationships we nurture. True fulfillment is found in recognizing that we cannot thrive in isolation. We need each other to grow, to learn, and to succeed. Purpose beyond self moves us from a mentality of scarcity, where we see resources, attention, and success as limited, and towards a mindset of abundance, where we understand that the more we give to others, the more we receive. In this way, purpose beyond self fosters an environment of cooperation and collective growth, where individuals work together toward shared goals, each contributing their unique gifts for the greater good. Living with purpose beyond self also calls us to act with integrity. When our actions are aligned with our highest values and a commitment to the well-being of others, we cultivate a deep sense of inner peace. Integrity comes from knowing that we are living authentically, staying true to our beliefs, and acting in ways that are in alignment with our highest purpose. It is this alignment that brings us peace, for it frees us from the internal conflict that arises when we act in ways that are incongruent with our values. Purpose beyond self is not about grand gestures or being seen as a hero. It is about the quiet, consistent commitment to doing what is right, even when no one is watching. It is about aligning our hearts and actions with a sense of responsibility to something larger than ourselves, and in doing so we find a deep, lasting peace that cannot be disturbed by the fleeting distractions of life.